is the Freeza Block Show, milehighunderground.com. We are here live. We are kicking some butt, taking some names, man. We are having a great show. We are very happy to introduce our guest, Holly Smith. And Holly Smith is from Blue Mesa. Everybody give her a big hand. And yes, indeed, Blue Mesa. Friends of the show. They've been here several times, and I love their music. And the only reason I invite them back is because they kick ass. So, and this time you just decided to come by yourself, which is very dangerous, but that's all right. You know, be here in the Freeza Block by yourself. We're going to kind of jump into some music right away. We kind of had a late start. Go ahead and explain why we had that late start, Holly.
Oh, well, you know, I bought a dog about a week ago, and the little cutie just decided to start, you know, ruining the carpet as I was walking out the door. So, you know, I thought, well, I could leave this. I figured I'd clean it up, so... You know, the other half of Blue Mesa didn't have to come home to poop on the floor.
Yeah,
you know?
so there you go. Good stuff. Again, real quick before we get into one of your songs here, and do you want to even explain to us which one you want first?
We could just start at the top.
Start at the top.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and, like I said, explain the kind of music for those of the folks that have never heard of you before, heard of Blue Mesa.
So we are a hard rock alternative group. I'd say the music definitely is a lot heavier. I have a very melodic voice, so you kind of put that together. There's a whole bunch of different elements going on.
Yeah, I met you guys a couple of years ago, and since then you've had a lineup change or two. And and the music is a little bit different and than what the last CD, I suppose, that what you had.
Oh yes.
So we're gonna get right into it, man. This song right here is called. like that song? Sorry, I didn't know that it was over already, but that song was called Fly, right? Upside Down.
Hey, Fly is cool too, you know.
You're really cool to be able to just move right along with everything here. That's pretty kick-ass. Again, it is Blue Mesa. That song was called Upside Down, and we are speaking with Holly, the lead singer, and sometimes guitarist of Blue Mesa. Really good stuff, and I really appreciate it. How long did it take you guys to put this thing out? Because I know this is your second or third?
It's the second album.
Second album.
I mean,
yeah.
technically the third. We had another EP that we were working on before this, but when we did the lineup change, we kind of just move forward with the new music and everything. So technically the third, but the second for everybody else.
Yeah, kick ass and really, really good stuff. I like how you guys are, implementing a little more of a harder sound to it.
Yeah.
You guys were talking about before, the last time we were here, you guys had a lineup change. Not only with the lineup change, but, within the lineup, you guys had switched instruments is what I'm trying to You see where I'm trying to go there. And tell us a little bit about that, and then we'll jump right into the next song, The Stranger. We got to cut this one short because Holly's got a party to go to later.
Oh, yeah,
it's all
big
good.
old party. Hey, I'm living the rock star life. Yeah, so with the lineup change, we had been pretty much with the same lineup for 3 years, and our original drummer decided to move on to a different style of music,
Right.
doing his own thing, which we were cool with.
Yeah.
So, kind of
Everybody's got to
during...
grow and change sometimes, yeah.
So we were like, okay, so if we're about to kind of start from the ground up with a new drummer, we were like, let's add another guitarist. And so our bassist, Danny, was like, you know what? I'll play guitar. It's more my thing. So he moved up to play guitar with Matt, and then we got a new bassist, a new drummer, and we've just been rolling with that for about a year now.
Nice, nice. This is the second song. This one is called The Stranger, and we'll tell you where you can see Blue Mesa right after this. Right here on MileHighUnderground.com, the Freeza Block. Holly Smith. She's sitting right here with me. She is with the band Blue Mesa. Great stuff from them. And of course, Blue Mesa is going to be having an event to premiere this thing in just a couple of days. So tell us when it is. I know I will give the shouts out to the venue and all that.
So we are releasing it this Saturday, June 24th at Moe's Barbecue. So we are so excited. We're going to be playing, obviously, all the songs on the new EP, but a bunch of new material that we have, too. So we're pretty excited about it. It's going to be a blast. And then, of course, you know, good barbecue. You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, you know that. Get the brisket. Everybody loves the brisket at Moe's. Yes, indeed. And, you know, when you get those pickled, salted, watch out for the salt in those pickles, okay? I'm just saying. That's a little harsh sometimes. I guess that's why you got to drink a lot of beer, huh?
Yeah, watch that salt right back down.
It's Holly Smith from Blue Mesa. Blue Mesa really putting out some good stuff. They have a lot of great new songs, and of course, you know, what were we talking about? Like, you were talking about just now somebody's broken arm, and there's some things going on.
Yeah, we were supposed to release this quite a few months ago, but you know, Murphy's Law, if something bad can happen, it will. Our producer broke his arm, and then so we were put back a couple months from that, and then he dislocated it, you know, after it had healed. So it was kind of an interesting last 4 months trying to
talk about
get
interesting,
through this.
huh?
But I mean, he kicked butt and he got it done for us on time, and we really appreciate him, and it sounds amazing. So
it sure does, man. The name Origami, of course, you were kind of talking a little bit last time about it. Show the folks the artwork and stuff. Tell them where who did that artwork. If it was you, go ahead and up to the cameras.
Yeah, sure.
There you go.
So with the origami, actually, we had a photographer locally, Matthew Zink. He was helping us with the cover, but we ended up having to go a bit of a different route just because the colors weren't working out too well. So the front cover was an artist from Africa. Wow. And so Hannah Maddox from Scarlet Canary, her and I got together and we did the album artwork together.
Shouts out to Scarlet Canary.
Yeah, so kind of just a lot of research, and I was able to hook up with this other awesome photographer who was willing to give us this beautiful photo, and we love it.
Nice, and you guys are it's looking good. It's a great package. It's got 5 songs on it. Tell the folks where they can get it one more time, or actually for the first time, tell them where they can get it, because you know folks are going to be wanting this, especially, you know, they can get it at the show, but where else?
Yeah, we'll have physical copies. You can go to bluemesaband.com. You can order the physical copy there. Other than that, I mean, kind of just everywhere. iTunes, Amazon, CD Baby, all the major online retailers will have it. But hey, if you want a physical copy, you know, let us know. We'll get one to you.
Good stuff. It is Holly Smith, the singer and sometimes guitarist with Blue Mesa. It is Blue Mesa. Check them out at Moe's, right?
Moe's.
They're going to be there. What is that? The 24th?
The 24th, yeah, this weekend.
Yeah. And we're just going to jump right into all the songs. We're going to try to get them all in, man, as before we have to say goodbye to our friend Holly. And again, thanks again, Holly, for coming on in. You know, we love when you come on in, and especially when you guys have new music and brand new stuff to show us. And I really like all the new stuff that you've got so far. Sounds really good, like you're really putting a real hard edge rock on it, and you know, that's what it's all about, right?
Oh yeah.
Indeed. Okay, this song is called Until the End. Is there anything to this or anything like that before we kind of get into it?
You know, this whole CD is just a reflection of all the hardships we've gone through the last year and a half, and pretty much just how interesting betrayal can become when it comes to friends, family, significant others, and pretty much everybody else in your life.
Well, you know, there are agendas, I suppose. But hey, that's all good. And this one is called Until the End. It is Blue Mesa, and Holly is right here joining us, and we are kicking ass right here on the Freeza Block show on MileHighUnderground.com.
Holding the ball.
good stuff. Blue Mesa in the studio, and they are kicking it with some brand new stuff. This stuff is brand new. These are all premieres. Am I correct?
Yes.
On the deal?
The first track, Upside Down, we released 2 weeks ago, but everything else is you guys are hearing it first for the first time.
Awesome. Great stuff. It is Holly Smith. She is with Blue Mesa, and like I said, we are rocking it. I'm loving the fact you guys, boom, you just keep on going. You don't, change anything, and that's good. That's, well, you change stuff, but you keep going. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
My head is in 100 different places at one time, folks, so forgive me. Forgive me. Again, Holly, so are you guys, besides the tour, or besides this show that you guys have coming up on this weekend, are you guys planning on doing some more shows, like going up in the hills or around the state, or maybe even outside the box? Are you guys doing, what's some of the future plans?
So we definitely have a lot of Denver shows lined up over the next several months, so that is going to be awesome. We right now are working on a tour here. We had a couple of shows that we had planned, and just, life got a little crazy, so we ended up having to postpone that. But we definitely are wanting to take this album and kind of spread it. We're kind of wanting to go back to Florida.
Yeah.
Kind of back to our roots, visit all the places that we grew up. And
that's cool, man. Yeah.
Show the world what we have to offer,
Clearwater and Lutz and places like Ocala. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
The people that are listening in Florida are laughing.
Yeah.
But that's all right. It's good stuff. And yeah, that's going to be great, man. You guys, and so that's later on, 2017, maybe early 2018,
Yeah,
when it's nice in Florida.
Probably like the next, oh my gosh, winter in Florida is awesome. There's no humidity. It's still warm enough
nice
to wear your shorts. It's great.
It's almost like summer in Colorado.
Exactly.
Good stuff, indeed, indeed. Tell us a little bit about the guys that aren't here. There was Matt. I talked a little bit about how much I like the mix between male and female vocalists, so you're not completely dominating the whole thing all the time. That's not how I look at it, but, I just like that. I like groups that can diversify, and, let's talk a little bit about that. Did he want to do that, or was there coaxing of some sort?
Oh, no. Matt would love to, if he could be a lead singer of a band, he totally would, but he's so dedicated to Blue Mesa. So pretty much the way that we work that is, if he feels when we're writing a song this pull to have a chorus or a verse or even just harmonize a lot, I'll totally give him that freedom. If a particular song is speaking to him, I want him to have that, release. So, he gives me the reins pretty much 90% of the time. But until the end, he just was like, I need a verse in the song. I'm like, take it, man, you take it.
And why was it? Did he have just like some feeling for, I wish he was here so I could ask him, why he felt so compelled,
Well, I had written a chorus and the second verse, so I pretty much was done with everything, and I told him I just got to write a first verse. I'm kind of having a little bit of trouble, and he goes, well, I told him what I wrote it about, and he just was like, you know what, I want to take a stab at this. It feels emotional to me, and he wrote a verse immediately, and I love it, and he loves it, so. And
it sounded great, and you guys sound great together. Again, it is Blue Mesa. I'm sitting here with Holly Smith, and wow, it's really good to see you again. You've been on the show, I think, 3 or 4 times, which is really good, because you guys, hey, you get your promotions out there. People like listening to the Freeza Block show, and they love hearing all the new music, and I'm really glad that you guys have the new music, and you guys are just keeping it going. It's really good stuff.
Well, thanks for having us. I'm sorry it's just me today, but
oh, it's all good. Sometimes it's just, we can only do what we can do, especially about the dogs and stuff like that.
Gosh. Oh, I feel bad for her neighbors. I'm crate training her, and she's in her crate for her first time today. I'm like, please don't bark.
Oh, she's going to bark her mind off. But you know what? That's all right. It's not bad for the dog. It's good for the dog.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
We spoil her, though. She's good.
Oh, yeah, there you go, man. Holly with the new dog. So now that's not going to take away from your band duties or anything now, is it?
Oh, no. She's just a mascot now.
She's the mascot. There you go. Great stuff, man. Awesome. So, well, Holly, I mean, what is it that you like to do besides play guitar and sing? I mean, is there some fun stuff too?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Well, I mean, I do, for my job, I bartend. I really enjoy that.
Okay.
a margarita connoisseur, and I work at a tequila bar, so
Nice.
always trying new margaritas. Love it.
You're gonna have to swap a recipe here at the end of the show.
I know, right?
I'm down for that. That's for sure.
But you know what? We love hiking. We just bought Elitch's passes. We love doing that. We're gonna hit up Waterworld.
Good. It's cool to hear that your whole life isn't consumed by Blue Mesa, although I'm sure it does take up a huge chunk.
Oh, my life is totally consumed with Blue
Well,
Mesa.
totally.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Oh, then there you go. I'm on the wrong end of the deal, man. I'm just saying, you do take time out to go play a little bit and
Definitely.
have some fun. And of course, those Blue Mesa veteran listeners are already kind of tanked as it is. But the rest of the folks who may have not listened for the first time, that bell, of course, is for a hit or a shot. It doesn't necessarily have to be weed or alcohol, but just a little something to get you through the rest of the day and the interview. So I hope you like that. You owe us like 5 or 6, so break it on out. And I'm going to hit one more time, indeed. We're talking with Holly Smith of Blue Mesa, and they are just putting out their brand new CD. It is Origami. It's got 5 songs on it, and we're blasting through them as fast as we can in this fast-paced interview. Indeed, indeed. I'm going to go ahead and hit the next song, too, and if you can give me a little quick deal on it, Symposium. So, tell us all about it.
So, Plato, I'm sure you've heard that name before. He had obviously a long time ago come up with Symposium, which is platonic love.
Okay.
And so, or, actually, if you want to look at it a different way, I think it's also like a bar setting, but we use the platonic love. But I mean, so both. So I kind of just was farting around online, and I came across it, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. And Symposium is actually a really neat word. And, we've been through a lot of stuff with this band,
right?
And it just kind of.
Well, let's talk real quick, because you talked a little bit about that's what this. When we were playing the music, you're saying that's what music is all about. That it's about kind of letting out, I guess, right?
So you can kind of look at these 5 songs as like the 5 stages of grief or whatever of grief. So some of them are angry, some of them are confused, some of them are bargaining, and this is the angry one. This is kind of like, I've done so much for you, and I don't want anything in return, but you've pretty much just dropped me off the face of the earth, and, what happened to that family platonic love that we had between one another? Like, where did that go?
Where did that go?
Where'd it go? So, I mean, that's kind of.
That's a question we love to ask right here on the Freeza Block Show. We're going to get right into it. This is Symposium. It is Blue Mesa. We're talking with Holly Smith. She's in the studio right here on the Freeza Block Show. angry music from Blue Mesa. Indeed, it is awesome. Blue Mesa, you can check them out on the 24th at Moe's. Get some beer, get some of that brisket, have a great time, and listen to some really, really kick-ass music. And who else is going to be there with you guys?
So it's going to be Aloris. They actually played our first release with us.
Shouts out to Aloris, by the way. They were in here last week. Great kick-ass bunch of guys. And, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I love Aloris. Love those dudes. And then it's going to be Signs and Signals. Check their music out. They are awesome. And then Octopus Tree, I've not heard them yet. I think they are a newer band, but they've got a little bit of buzz going, so I'm really excited to hear them.
That's a cool name, Octopus Tree, huh? How about that? That's kind of cool. It gives you a little thing of the imagination there.
Yeah.
Man. Like Blue Mesa does. You know, I always think of that big blue table, but it's a giant blue table like a mountain. So, you know, Blue Mesa.
We need a T-shirt with just a blue table on it, I'm telling you.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised you haven't done that yet. Are you kidding me?
One of these days, it's going to happen.
Just the blue table on the front and Blue Mesa on the back with all your tour dates, right?
There you go.
Yes, ranging from San Francisco to Sydney, all the way around the world.
Seriously, we're taking a boat,
hey,
you know?
that's going to happen. It's going to happen. We are here with Holly Smith of Blue Mesa, and we're very, very happy to have her in. And, you know, a little bit of an early session that we had today because Holly's got things to do today. But it's all good. It's all in preparation of the big show on Saturday, which you got to go see. Is it an all-ages show?
Yes.
Oh, man, bring your little brother, bring your sister. They want to see them, too. It's going to be fun. Everybody has barbecue. Dad has a beer, or your big brother has a beer, or whoever, and then you can kick back, and they serve water and soda as well. So it should be a great time, and awesome music. It's really fun over there at Moe's. They open up the front door, and it gets you can hear it from the street. What do you guys think of the lingerers that sit outside and listen from the street?
Well, hey, you know what? Of course, we'd love for you to come in and support, you know, right at the front of the stage. But hey, if you're enjoying the tunes outside, I'm cool with that.
Indeed, Blue Mesa, you want to check them out, and indeed get their music, get them on Go and check out their Facebook page. Basically, you go to their Facebook page, you give them a thumbing and a liking, and go straight to their website, and you can get all the music and give them some love because they deserve it and they need it. Because everybody does. And yeah, kick ass, Blue Mesa. Indeed. Well, gosh, we're really moving along here. It's already like almost 10 till. We got to get out of here. So I'm going to roll with the last song. And of course, the last song is a self-titled. Here is the title name of the CD. And tell us a little bit, of course, about Origami. You know, you guys have a whole big backstory on the deal. So go ahead and hit us up with that, and then we'll get right into it.
Sure. So when we did finally get the new lineup, you know, our new bassist, new drummer, moved Danny to guitar. This was the first song that we actually wrote together as a band, and I called it Origami. Just in the chorus, I go, unfold your origami, because I think so many times in our lives we, you know, fold ourselves up to be the, you know, a person that we're not. And the person I wrote this about, I just really would love for them to unfold their facade and just be who they are, because that person is a really great person. And it's sad to see somebody not living up to their full potential.
Well, all right. There's a lot. That's a big lot of stuff to say right there. What can I say? Wow. Okay, man, we're going to go right into it without me saying anything else. It is Blue Mesa. This song is called Origami. Make sure you check out the CD and the band on the Facebook page. Oh, God. Fantastic stuff from Blue Mesa. That song was called Origami. That is the title track of their new CD. Make sure you check it out. Facebook page, you know, the website, the whole thing. You know, I'm sure you guys got a YouTube channel. You were talking to us a little bit off the air or while we were listening to the song about how hard you worked. I'd like for you to just go right back on over that, because I was talking about how nice and melodic your voice sounds, and just how much, I guess, it sounds better. I hate to say, but, you know, it's different better, but you know what I'm saying?
You know, like I was just telling you, our producer, Brian Knott from Maximum Level Audio, when we came in there 2 years ago, God, it was probably 2.5 years ago at this point, he just was like, you know, you have such a beautiful voice, and I don't feel like it is as emotive as it could be. I think a lot of singers have that issue when it comes to recording, because you're not sitting there in front of a bunch of people with a microphone in your hand where you can bend over and get crazy with it. And
right.
So with the middle album that we started to record but never release, we worked hard on my voice. Like, he even told me to sing in a Cookie Monster voice.
Right, and
to
I'm
try
sure,
and,
yeah,
you know, even that out a little bit. And then, of course, we went through the lineup change, and we hadn't seen Brian in a while. And we came in 9 months ago to record this, and everything that him and I had worked on together just totally was blossoming. And I think that comes along with confidence in myself. I've battled with stage fright for many, many years, and that kind of just withered away.
And you know, that doesn't even show one bit. I'm telling you what. So.
Well, good. You know, I tried really hard to keep, you know, a straight face.
You do a great job up there. You really do. Holly with Blue Mesa, Holly Smith with Blue Mesa. Of course, again, I'll give you the outros. We've just wrap this thing on up. Again, BlueMesa.com, right? BlueMesaBand.com.
And we're not the only Blue Mesa out there, you know?
No doubt about it. So make sure you check out the right one, the one from Colorado, the one featuring Holly Smith and Matt Davis. So those are the guys. And of course, we didn't really talk too much about those guys, but we do appreciate them being part of Blue Mesa. And again, do not miss the show Saturday. What the hell else are you going to be doing on Saturday? Great people, and all the band members are great people. So come on up, tell them how much you like their music and all that good stuff. So again, we're going to have to say goodbye. It was Holly with Blue Mesa, and shout out. Oh, make sure to check me out on RazRadioLive.com. It's going to be the Empathy Show on the Chocolate Drop Show. I think we're going to change it. We're going to start having feelings, and we're going to start being nice. Again, Holly, thank you so much for being here.
smile.